Hello BookTube. As my first type of today, I'm going to be doing the Pi Day book tag. Obviously this is a few days late, but whatever. Yeah, so I first discovered this tag from Brian at Bookish's channel, and it was created by Angela at Literature Science Alliance. So both links will be down below. Prompt number 1. Pi is an irrational number. Name a character you feel is irrational. I'm going to go with the Weaver in Perdido Street Station by China Mieville. For those of you who've never read Perdido Street Station, the Weaver is this supernatural spider-like entity that sees the world only in terms of aesthetics. They're sort of like an extra dimensional world weave that the Weaver sees the universe as, and it will interact with the mundane world of New Crobuzon in ways that it feels makes the web more attractive. And definitely the Weaver comes across as being highly irrational, or at least irrational in terms of human conceptions of rationality. I mean, probably for the Weaver itself, it's probably highly irrational. Yeah. Prompt number 2. Pi comes from the word perimetro, which means perimeter, obviously. Talk about a book that has to do with borders between countries or worlds. For that, I went with Ninefox Gambit by Yoon Lee, although all of the Machineries of Empire novels would fit. In this setting, beyond conventional science, there's also this sort of exotic science, which is dependent on kind of like massive acceptance of calendrical reckoning that can produce amazing super science-y effects. And as so-called heretics or other nearby space states kind of come into conflict, the competing calendrical understandings can render one side or the other's super science ineffective. And so, yeah, definitely this book is really about trying to create new borders, new perimeters, and that sort of thing to keep the system going. It is. I greatly enjoyed Ninefox. I need to reread it. I actually thought this. Because when I first heard about it, I thought it was. That the science was described as being a little hard to understand, but I actually kind of got it pretty quickly. Anyway, prompt number 3. Pi is a constant. What's a comforting book constant in your life? I'm going to go with Miss Marple. Now, I don't have all 12 books individually, so I'm just going to show up one omnibus. This is 5 Miss Marple novels: The Mirror Cracked, A Caribbean Mystery, Nemesis, What Mrs. McGillicuddy Saw, and The Body in the Library. I pretty much have, except for Sleeping Murder, all of the Miss Marple novels in one omnibus or 2. So yeah. This one I think has the nicest cover though. they are always a comfort. And generally, I think Agatha Christie's works in general, I think, have been quite comforting for me, or constant for decades. 4, or problem number 4. Pi has infinite decimal places. What is a series you feel will never end? Well, generally speaking, most iconic superhero comics will never truly end. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, the X-Men, Spider-Man, Captain America, so on and so forth. They will never end. Although if I want to be a little bit grouchy or a little bit trollish, Song of Ice and Fire may never end. Or even say Law and Order SVU, but I will go with the superhero comics. I don't think will ever, those individual series, I don't think will ever end, particularly the most iconic ones. Would be my answer there. 5. What's your favorite pie, and name a book that you feel embodies that pie? Well, I do like a lot of pies, but my favorite is pecan or pecan pie. And the book I think that most matches is that best embodies or kind of that pecan pie-ness, I would say, is The City of Lost Fortunes by Bryan Camp. There's just something about the book that, I enjoy. It's kind of like that sort of bitter sweetness that pecan pies usually have. Oh yeah. And finally, tag people. So if you enjoyed this tag and you're not too put out by it being a few days late, I encourage you to do this tag. And if you want to wait until next March 15th, you can do that too. Just remember to keep this tag somewhere where you can easily find it again. Until then, I will see you soon with another tag, and everybody stay safe. Thank you, BookTube.